Dynamite Control Center time. It's Tony Schiavone. You don't want to miss tonight's AEW Dynamite live on TBS. Airtime, of course, 8/7 Central. Tonight's event originates from the UNO Lakefront Arena in New Orleans. As always, for our fans in New Orleans, tickets at AEWTIX.com. Okay, here's what we have tonight. 2 Dealer's Choice matches. Tony Khan announced last week that both Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland get a chance to decide each other's opponents for tonight's Dynamite Live from New Orleans. Swerve made his choice on Collision this past Saturday.
Seems like AEW has this bright idea to keep myself and Hangman Page going at one another over and over again with this dealer's choice thing they got going on. I mean, we're doing big business, so I understand the method to the madness. But Hangman, who do you have left? It's up to you to go find some unfortunate soul to send my way and get this work. For me, what I have to offer for you, we're gonna keep it in-house. This is a family business, Mogul Embassy. I'm gonna send off someone who's never been pinned in AEW, never submitted in AEW. As a matter of fact, this is their very first singles match here in AEW. They are chomping at the bit to show the world what they can really do. And that man is Toa Liona.
My Daimi, Dina, my
Hangman on Collision had a rebuttal. And even though he declined to mention who Swerve's opponent might be for tonight, he may have given us a clue.
Swerve, good choice, Toa, Mogul Embassy. Big boy, never been pinned or submitted in AEW. Well, Toa, Wednesday will be your first. And as for your match, Swerve, you know, I get to pick your match, but I don't think there's anything that says I have to tell you who it is. So, Swerve, I think that you're just gonna have to wait the whole effing show to find out.
Well, it should be interesting tonight for both matches. Hangman Adam Page meets Toa Liona of the Gates of Agony, and he's never been pinned in AEW. And Swerve Strickland squares off against an opponent to be determined by Hangman Adam Page. 2 dealer choice matches tonight live on Dynamite. Plus, AEW World Champion Samoa Joe will join us on commentary for the Swerve Strickland match. Also tonight, Chris Jericho will collide with Kyle Fletcher, member of the Don Callis family and current ROH television champion. Fletcher stepped up for the Callis family this past Friday on Rampage.
Pardon the interruption, Don, but hasn't Takeshita already had his shot at Chris Jericho? Hasn't Will Hobbs already had his shot at Chris Jericho? If anybody deserves the next shot at Chris Jericho, it's me!
I like the moxie, kid, and you're right. So how about this, Jericho? You got the Alpha, Konosuke Takeshita in Phoenix. How about next week in New Orleans? You got Kyle Fletcher if you've got the guts. And whatever's left at the end of this next 2 weeks is gonna be mine. It's gonna be his, it's gonna be his, and it's gonna be his. At Jericho, there'll be nothing left but the tears.
So tonight, in an effort to destroy Chris Jericho once and for all, Kyle Fletcher goes into the ring for the Callis family. Also tonight, in women's action, the Virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo meets Taya Valkyrie. Valkyrie, along with Johnny TV, made her challenge last week on AEW Dynamite.
Let me reintroduce us to you all. I am Taya Valkyrie, and this is Johnny TV, the most TV-ready couple in AEW. Now, I've been watching, and some things are really starting to piss me off. Did you see that girl that's trying to, like, jump to the front of the line?
No butts, no cuts, no coconuts.
Deonna, listen, I'm not one of these other dumb girlies that don't know who the Virtuosa is. I know her very well. So I challenge you to a little match next week, live on Dynamite in New Orleans. And then after that, you can get to the back of the line.
Baby, get back.
AEW Women's World Champion Timeless Toni Storm will join us on commentary for this match. And to say that she is angry at the Virtuosa is an understatement.
Deonna, ever since you debuted here in AEW, you've had your sights set on that AEW Women's Championship, while also quickly docking up some very impressive victories. Now, Tony, you said that you would meet face-to-face here with Deonna. So, Deonna, now that we have this time, what would you...
Yes, I will speak first, Renee. I have a Nuru massage booked for 11. Deonna, I believe you were recently body-shamed, which I think is ridiculous, because there's so much more to shame about you. Yes, we do have history, but that doesn't mean you can just waltz in here and use our past friendship to get yourself a title shot. I have had many friends, and all of them less talented than me. You may be the greatest technical wrestler in the world today, but let me make one thing clear. If you step into that ring with me, I will twist your lips so hard you will need an epidural.
This is insane. This is insane. I didn't come to AEW to make friends. I came to become the AEW Women's World Champion. It just so happens, Tony, that the champion used to be my friend. But I have no problem earning a title opportunity and winning arm by arm. You see, this isn't the Toni Storm that I want to wrestle. This delusional sham. I want to wrestle the Toni Storm that lived on dojo floors with me. I want the Toni Storm that moved to America and lived in my house. That Toni Storm was arguably one of the best in the world. And that Toni Storm is the one I want to beat for the AEW Women's World Championship. So, Tony, I'm begging you, please dig down deep and find that version of yourself. And if you need any further reminder, take a look at your ankle, because I'm sure as hell it looks a lot like mine.
Deonna Purrazzo, oh, interesting development there.
You might have everybody here fooled, Tony, but not me.
Identical tattoos?
You know what, Deonna? You can take your little tattoo and blow it right out of your bumhole!
Oh, no, shoe fight. Got a duck here.
Oh, there she goes, taking it down by the arm.
Over that Venus de Milo trying to snap the arm of the AEW Women's World Champion, Mariah May. Saving time was Toni Storm. And, Luther got nailed. You gotta watch that knee. And then out of there. Mariah May, time is Toni Storm fleeing. And
brother, she left something.
Could this be a vision of the future? Deonna Purrazzo as AEW Women's World Champion. I would say, Tony, that title suits Deonna Purrazzo quite well.
I think so, too. She said she is here to become the world champion. She just might. All these matches and so much more tonight live on AEW Dynamite on TBS at 8/7 Central. And for our fans coming to the arena tonight, stay after Dynamite for AEW Rampage that will air this Friday on TNT. Coming to Rampage in New Orleans will be 4 of the great luchadors from CMLL.
Next week, 4 of the world's greatest luchadors will be coming to AEW. Volador Jr., who dazzled fans in his rivalry with Rocky Romero and broke records with his 4.5-year reign as CMLL World Historic Welterweight Champion. After his stunning AEW debut last year, the pound-for-pound best luchador of his generation, Místico, returns and looks to continue to turn heads. The young high-flying daredevil, Máscara Dorada, who last year won La Leyenda de Plata tournament, honoring the legendary El Santo. And the alchemist of the ring, one of the most dangerous technical wrestlers in the world, the mad scientist himself, Hechicero. But Arena Mexico isn't the only place you can see these athletes compete, because they'll be in action next Friday night on Rampage. The stars of CMLL will bring fast-paced, high-risk lucha libre action from Mexico to All Elite Wrestling next week, and you don't want to miss it.
This all should make for an incredible night of AEW action tonight from the UNO Lakefront Arena in New Orleans, live on TBS. Tickets at AEWTIX.com. This coming Saturday, fans, we present AEW Collision live from the Bert Ogden Arena in Edinburgh, Texas. That's right. AEW Collision Live comes to the Rio Grande Valley this Saturday, February 3rd. Tickets for our debut in Edinburgh, Texas, available at AEWTIX.com. In 1 week, that is next Wednesday, February 7th, AEW returns to Phoenix and the Footprint Center. Tickets for next Wednesday in Phoenix available at AEWTIX.com. All in London at Wembley Stadium is rapidly approaching. The date Sunday, August 25th. Don't miss your chance to be a part of this big event. For tickets and information, visit ticketmaster.co.uk or livenation.co.uk. Revolution 2024, the big event on pay-per-view, will be the final match in the career of Sting. The event is Sunday, March 3rd from Greensboro, North Carolina at the Greensboro Coliseum. A very, very limited number of seats are still available. Go to AEWTIX.com, but do that right now. It's time for you to get your Season Pass 2 of AEW Fight Forever. The storm is coming. DCL is now available in Fight Forever, AEW's first ever video game. Get your copy at AEWGames.com. Speaking of games, AEW Rise to the Top is available now. Download on iOS and Android and get a front row seat to the hottest mobile wrestling show in town. But tonight, AEW Dynamite returns to New Orleans and the UNO Lakefront Arena. We take the air tonight live on TBS at 8/7 Central. Again, tickets available at AEWTIX.com. And come early. Bell time in the arena in New Orleans tonight is 6:30 p.m. local. And stay late for Rampage featuring luchadors from CMLL. This is Tony Schiavone at the AEW Dynamite Control Center. I'll see you tonight live in New Orleans and on TBS. We are AEW.